So as a real estate investor, you're trying to get your website to rank so we can get more motivated sellers. Obviously, that's the dream, right? Is getting automatic motivated sellers on autopilot, really without you having to do much work or spend a lot of money. And that's the goal here. Obviously, as you can see here is my company here, Sell My House for Cash, Sioux Falls. This is where my local company is. Obviously, I do website SEO, Google Business Profiles, and PPC for myself, my own company here, and for people all across the country. Throughout this video, if you would rather have me take a look at your website or you'd rather have me just handle it for you, click the link in the description, marketingformotivatedsellers.com. I'd love to chat with you and see if we're a good fit and see if we could do some work together. So that's the dream. It's just getting motivated sellers on autopilot. Obviously, we understand the game of getting motivated sellers is at the highest quality motivated sellers for the cheapest cost, and SEO, in my humble opinion, is without a doubt the best way to do this. I mean, it's just an absolute cheat code if you're willing to grind it out and you're willing to put in some work. And it's really not that difficult at the end of the day, and I just want to go through the secrets of exactly what I do as far as this. I have nothing to hide. This is literally what I do for my clients, and if you're just like, you know what, this is too much for me to do, go ahead and hire me to do it. But you can do this yourself. You really can. And so going over here, I wanted to use Kansas City as kind of a basis. We're just going to look at the people who rank in Kansas City, why they're ranking well, and if you are trying to get ranked in Kansas City, it's your lucky day, because I'm going to show you exactly what I would do and some of the secrets that I would tell you. If you're not doing these already, you need to be doing this. And so go ahead here, and usually what I like to start off with is doing what we call competition analysis and just understanding what our competitors did to get to the top. Now, as you can see here, we have 3 competitors that I'm just going to look at today. And we're just going to see exactly what they did to get to the top. And why I like to do this is because Google, at the end of the day, they don't like people who do SEO. Google is trying to find the most relevant and credible sources possible that they can. And they really don't like people trying to artificially rank their website at the top, because they want to find just the reputable local companies that get a lot of brand searches, run big commercials. Like, that's who they're trying to find. But SEO is a different ballgame because we need to get it at the top somehow. Obviously, a lot of people and a lot of us real estate investors can't afford to do TV commercials, 20K a month here, 20K a month there. It's like, SEO is a great game, but you have to know how to play the game, and that's just simply fitting in with the pack. You don't want to be an outstander. You don't want to, or an outlier, that is. You don't want to be the guy that makes a website with 6,000 words, this, that, whatever. You don't want to be that guy. You want to fit within the crowd with Google. It's just going to help you long-term rank very, very well. And so when I do this, usually what I do is I'll just go ahead and I'll find the top 3 guys who are ranking. And typically I like to go for Sell My House Fast in whatever city that you do deals in. I mean, at the end of the day, we all know what keywords we're trying to rank for. Sell My House Fast, We Buy Houses, Cash Home Buyers. You rank for these 3 words, you're going to have a lot of success, I promise. So, because that way it's going to rank you for all the other tiny keywords that people are looking up, like people who buy houses or buy my house or whatever. Aim for those 3, you're going to have no issues. But I like to usually go off and Sell My House Fast. So I'm going to go in here, click on this website. Obviously, it's a great looking website. Obviously, you can see, you can kind of scroll through a website. This is a person I'm going to see that's going to have a lot less text. So usually when somebody like this is ranking, they either have a lot of brand searches or they have a lot of backlinks, whatever the case may be. I'm going to go ahead and just open this up here and just see where they're getting their traffic from. Because this is also going to be a big deal, and this pertains to what happens here. So let's see here. Yep. So as you can see here, they are getting brand traffic, so it's helping them out a bit. And you can get away with very low on page, right? If you're getting a lot of brand traffic. But we'll go ahead and we'll kind of check out some other competitors and see what we can do here. So obviously I'm using, this is a Chrome extension if I didn't mention. It's called SEO Quake, completely free. Go ahead and download it. It's just going to tell you the word count and everything you need to know as far as understanding what your competitors are doing. It's just going to give you all the data for free. So I'm going to go in here through our number 2, see what we got here. So we have 3,000 words. That's more like it. It's something where this is usually what you'll commonly see is around 3,000 words in this industry. Obviously, you need to make sure, because what we'll do now is go to the number 3 guy, and we need to make sure that with the word count, we keep it all averaged out. So for example, we have 1261, 3,000, and 800 words. what I would do is simply fitting into the pack. Obviously, what do you do from here? Do you choose 1,000 words? Do you choose 3,000 words? I usually take the top 3 people and just average out how many words they have on their page. Okay, so if we did 3,000 plus 1,200 plus 800, I believe that equals 5,000, and you divide that by 3, you're gonna get, under 2,000 words, right? And so if it was me in this situation, I would do anywhere from 1,800 to 2,000 words personally on the page, because that's just going to fit us nicely within the pack, like a pack of sardines, right? That's just how it's got to be. You don't want to be that outlier, right? So with that being said, that's really competition analysis. You need to just understand, okay, how many words do they have? I also like to use, this is also a free Chrome extension. It's literally called SEO Pro extension by Marketing Syrup. It allows you to look at how many headings they have. So find your word count as well as how many headers they have. So for example, you do the same thing what you did with word count, average it out. You want to keep your header count roughly, it fit within the pack, averaged out, right? So we have 3, 10, 13 headers, right? So then let's go to these people. I know they're probably going to have a lot more. So we have 13. Yep, okay, so we have 28, 30. So we have 30 headers there. Then let's see here. So we have, so we have 19. Okay, so 19, 13, and I believe, oh gosh, I forgot that one. Let's see. 19, 13, and then 40, or what was it? 30. Yep, 30. 19, 14, 30. So what I would do in this case is I would probably do anywhere from 22 to 25 headers. Personally, that's me. So now what you've done is you've built your blueprint as far as what you need your page to look like. Okay, we need 1,800 to 2,000 words with anywhere from 22 to 25 headers on the page. Great. Now, what do you do from here? You have to fill, obviously you don't want to just type sell my house fast. You don't want to write your content and just say sell my house fast 1,000 times. That's not what we want, because keyword density, that's where it gets a little bit more advanced, where you can go in here and you can look how many, you can average out, and this is what I do for my clients obviously, but this gets pretty advanced, where you need to see what their keyword density is. For example, let's see, so let's find a good example here. Yeah, this is going to be a good one. So Kansas City, that's great. If the average, you can see their density is 3%, meaning 3% of their 3,000 words is using the word city, right? Obviously, Kansas City is going to be next to each other in this particular case. So you want to make sure that if the average was 3% of their content was Kansas City, you need to make sure that's the same, because obviously you don't want to go and type in sell my house fast 1,000 times and your keyword density is, 50% of your content has the word sell. That's an issue. You will not rank. So you need to do the same thing with your keyword density. Simply understand the average of word count, understand the average of headers, and your density. Make sure, on average, if they use the word Kansas City 5.42% of the time, and that's the average, and let's go to this other one. Like this one is 2.06, and then this one is going to be a lot lower. But I would just average out these two. So 3% of the time, 4% of the time, you want to use the word Kansas City. You want to stay within this limit. So make sure to check your word count, your header count, and your keyword density. Now, what do you fill your content with? It's very simple. It's very, very simple. You just simply write the content, make sure it matches up with the density of what your competitors are writing with the keywords. Sell my house fast, Kansas City. We buy houses, Kansas City, cash home buyers. And within this content, you want to use what we call entities, right? Entities are basically words that are related to the topic. So, for example, if we were writing about a burrito, you would talk about all the ingredients that comes with a burrito. And Google likes to see this because when there's entities involved, they see that as, oh, this is related, so it's just going to help your on-page a lot better. So, for example, you'd write it about, lettuce, cheese, tortilla, whatever the case about a burrito. Well, in this case, we need to find what these entities are. What the best way to do it is go to, the keyword that you're researching for competition analysis and go to images. Literally right here. It is going to show you all the words that they want in your content. Realtors, real estate. This is a competitor, so obviously remove competitors. But offer house, cash, buyer, competitor, closing costs, home buyers, estate agent, competitor, cash offer. You want to use words that they are literally showing you right here, literally on the images. If you go ahead, you make your content, you make it within the average count of word count, header count, your keyword density's dialed in, and you use all of these words within your content consistently. Don't overdo it, but obviously just keep it in there consistently. you're going to have great results. Great results. But now gets to my next point because, okay, now we have our on-page set up. We have everything set up. What do we do from here? Are we just going to automatically rank? No. If you guys know are in the SEO world, obviously what we're going to need is relevancy and credibility. Relevancy is that on page, which in my opinion is around 95% of SEO really, is what's on your page, how relevant it is, and your content is 90% of it. Now, the other side though, like, because you can have the most perfect on page ever, and with no backlinks, and you might get to the second page, maybe. Obviously, as a real estate investor, you want to be that number one or at least in the top 3 guy consistently all across the board to get consistent motivated sellers. So to get to the top 3, we need to do what our competitors are also doing with their backlinks. Meaning, what a backlink is so for example, if the New York Times wrote a post about, KC Home Buyer Group is the best home buyer group in Kansas City, whatever, yada, yada. They're the best for whatever reason, right? And then what they do is they put a link to their website in the article, and then it links to their website. Basically, in Google's eyes, what happens there is obviously Google likes the New York Times. So when the New York Times writes an article about KC Home Buyer Group and they link to that, that gives KC Home Buyer Group brownie points in Google's eyes. They're like, well, okay, if they like you, we like them, okay, then we're going to like you a little bit more. That's really all it is. And it's very simple. Honestly, this is the best way to do it. Is what I would do is go to helpareporter.com. Pretty much what it's going to do is you're going to put your email in here. And reporters in all different types of news articles, right, including Realtor.com. I mean, we're talking Yahoo Finance. We're talking the top people who are simply looking for industry professionals to ask a question about, right? They're reporters. That it's their job. They don't know the industry. So they're trying to get reputable sources to talk about their opinion on whatever topic they're talking about. For example, ones that will always get emailed, I mean, they're going to email you very broad. It's going to be all around topics, but you want to only submit your pitches and your opinions to the ones that obviously are real estate related, or if they are looking for somebody real estate related. And from here, you simply just put your opinion in and you email them back. And what they do is if they like your opinion or they choose yours, they simply put you in the article, link to your website, and bam, you now have a really good backlink. This literally is free. You don't have to pay a dime for this. People are going to always try to upsell you on backlinks. I promise you, if you stay consistent with Haro in this world, you will have a lot of success. It's literally free. I do it for all of my clients. I have a team that does it, obviously, for us, but because we have quite a few, but literally do that. Literally get your on-page dialed in. Get your word count, header count, keyword density, everything dialed in. Make sure you're using entities and make sure your on-page is perfected. And then literally all you need to do from here, obviously more severe cities are going to be different cases because there's going to be a lot of competitiveness and you really need to figure out the whole backlink thing. But this is a great start, is doing Help a Reporter Out or Haro. Go ahead and submit your pitches with this. It is very, very awesome to use. And so that way you get backlinks. But pretty much with this, that is really it. And from here, you simply stay consistent with it. And honestly, I hate to tell you, but in a place like Kansas City, it probably would take anywhere from 9 to 12 months to even really see the first page, to be honest, especially if you're starting brand new, if it's a brand new website. You're talking 9 to 12 months. And so it's something where obviously you got to keep at it and you got to keep going with it. But like I said, if you would rather have somebody like me do it for you, click the link in the description. I'd be happy to chat with you. Otherwise, I have plenty of videos going on talking about SEO for real estate investors because that's what I do. I'm the guy for it. The links in the videos, or the videos in the link in the description will be exactly what you need to watch. They're very long term. And that's something that if you watch these videos, you get a way better understanding of SEO. But this is really the secrets of SEO. Like, I got nothing to hide. I'm an open book. People charge a lot of money for this information that I'm saying. But it's a matter of you just stay consistent with it. You stay on the right path. You don't get distracted with other flashy objects of people trying to sell you backlinks or whatever. I promise you will have good results. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you liked and subscribed, I would appreciate it a lot so I can keep making these videos. But otherwise, thanks for watching.